A very good morning and Jai Hind, dear students. How are you all? I hope you all must be fit and fine. So let us start our video. We were discussing from last few days the chapter The Rattrap. Because this chapter is very lengthy, so it's not been possible to cover it in one video. So in our last video we have covered till here. Now I'm starting from here. You all can see here on the screen from where I am starting. Okay, so I don't think that there is any need to give you a recap because I have already given in past few videos. So let us directly start the video. In the evening, when the Christmas tree was lighted, they woke him up again and stood for a while in the drawing room, blinking as though the candlelight hurt him. But after that he disappeared again. 2 hours later he was aroused once more. He then had to go down into the dining room and eat the Christmas fish and porridge. So what's happening? The Rattrap seller, in the evening the family woke the Rattrap seller as they had to light up the Christmas tree. They stood there blinking as if he was getting hurt by the bright light of the candles. He again went to sleep. Finally they called him again for the dinner of Christmas fish and porridge. Okay, as soon as they got up from the table, he went around to each one present and said thank you and good night. But when he came to the young girl, she gave him to understand that it was her father's intention that the suit which he wore was to be a Christmas present. He did not have to return it, and if he wanted to spend next Christmas Eve in a place where he could rest in peace and be sure that no evil would befall him, he would be welcomed back again. So what's happening here? After the dinner was over, the peddler thanked everyone present. Okay, the iron master's daughter said that the clothes which were given to him were a Christmas present from her father. Who said? Edla. So he could carry them with him. She even invited the peddler to be with her family for the next Christmas Eve and promised that nothing bad would happen to him. Because why he thanked everybody now, the Rattrap seller? Because he was taking a leave from all of them. He was leaving the house, that's why he thanked everybody. And Edla said that the suit which you are wearing, you are not supposed to give it back to us. You take it as a Christmas present from my father, and you are most welcome to be here next Christmas Eve also. Okay, now let's see. The man with the rat traps did not answer anything to this. He only stared at the young girl in boundless amazement. The next morning, the iron master and his daughter got up in good season to go to the early Christmas service. Their guest was still asleep and they did not disturb him. So there is a word boundless. Boundless means limitless and amazement means wonder. Okay, so the peddler did not have an answer for this and stared at the girl with wonder. He was surprised and shocked to see the girl's behavior towards the stranger. Next day, both iron master and his daughter went for the Christmas service early in the morning. They didn't disturb their guest as he was asleep. When at about 10 o'clock they drove back from the church, the young girl sat and hung her head even more dejectedly than usual. At church, she had learned that one of the old crofters of the iron works had been robbed by a man who went around selling rat traps. Yes, that was a fine fellow you let into the house, said her father. I only wonder how many silver spoons are left in the cupboard by this time. So dejected means, here there is a word dejected. Dejected means sad. So what happened? Both Iron Master and his daughter had come to know that a rat trap seller had stolen money from the old crofter. They realized that he was the same man whom they had over as a guest. So they get to know the person who is there in their house had stolen money from the old crofter. The Iron Master said that it was his daughter who insisted to give shelter to a thief and was wondering that how many silver spoons had been stolen by him. The wagon had hardly stopped at the front steps when the Iron Master asked the wallet whether the stranger was still there. He added that he had heard at church that the man was a thief. The wallet answered that the fellow had gone and that he had not taken anything with him at all. On the contrary, he had left behind a little package which Miss Williamson was to be kind enough to accept as a Christmas present. Now see, they were thinking that the rat trap seller must have stolen many things from their house. But what happened here? See, the Iron Master, on reaching home, inquired about the peddler from the wallet. He also told him that he was a thief. To his surprise, the wallet told him that the peddler, instead of taking something, had left a small Christmas gift for Miss Williamson. The young girl opened the package, which was so badly done up that the contents came into view at once. She gave a little cry of joy. She found a small rat trap, and in it lay 3 wrinkled 10-kroner notes. But that was not all. In the rat trap lay also a letter written in large, jagged characters. Honored and noble Miss, since you have been so nice to me all day long, as if I was a captain, I want to be nice to you in return, as if I was a real captain. For I do not want you to be embarrassed at this Christmas season by a thief, but you can give back the money to the old man on the roadside who has the money pouch hanging on the window frame as a bait for poor wanderers. The rat trap is a Christmas present from a rat who would have been caught in this world's rat trap if he had not been raised to captain, because in that way he got power to clear himself. Written with friendship and high regard, Captain Von Stale. He signed himself as Captain Von Stale. He did not write his real name. He did not write the rat trap seller. Why? That we are going to explore. The Iron Master's daughter opened the gift. It was so roughly packed that she could easily guess what was inside the pack. Apart from a rat trap and 3 kroner notes, there was a letter. The peddler had thanked his host, who had taken care of him as if he was a real captain. In return, he gifted her a rat trap and also requested her to return the stolen money to the old man. He said that it was she, Edla Williamson, who let him free from the rat trap by raising his status from that of a mere peddler to that of a captain. At last, He undersigned as Captain Von Stale. So, this is all about our chapter. We have completed our chapter here. Let us quickly see the theme of the chapter. Okay, so what has happened in the end? You have seen that he has returned those 30 kronors also, and he asked the daughter of the Iron Master, Edla Williamsons, to return those 30 kronors which he has stolen. So what is all? You know, Edla Williamson's kindness reformed the peddler. Her kindness, compassion and generosity killed the thief in him. He gifted her a rat trap. Also, he returned the 3 10-kroner notes that he had stolen from the crofter's house. He requested her to return the money to the old crofter. He wrote a letter to her also, thanking her for treating him well, just like she would have treated a real captain. So actually, what has been shown in the chapter, what human predicament has been highlighted in the chapter, that the world tempts the human beings by various good things such as luxuries and joys, food and shelter, clothing and warmth, etc. They are just like the bait which is planted to trap someone in the rat trap of the world. In the story, the peddler was attracted to the 3 10-kronors of the crofter which he stole from him. Later on, he found himself trapped in the forest as he planned to hide himself by walking through the woods. When he got trapped, he thought that this was a punishment for his sin of getting lured by the money. Okay, so the theme of the chapter is the theme is of kindness and trust. The rat trap, this chapter also explores the basic human need for you can say companionship and community, and shows the negative effects of loneliness. It happens with you all also, na? When you remain lonely, all alone, then there are so many negative thoughts comes to your mind. But when you be there with your friends, they give you a kind of a boost up, moral boost up, and they give you positivity. So similarly, whether as a result of poverty, cynicism, or unkindness, So at the start of the story, the peddler leads an incredibly lonely existence, and this affects him in extremely negative ways. How? Causing him unhappiness and bitterness, and driving him to steal from and lie to others. Through the peddler's transformative interactions with the old man, the Iron Master, and the Edla Williamson, however, the story shows the importance of human companionship and suggests that a society should bring people together rather than isolating them or turning them against each other. So the chapter is highlighting a very important issue, that this responsibility is on the shoulders of the society also, to bring all the people, all the section of the society all together rather than isolating them. The peddler's loneliness is largely a result of his poverty and difficult lifestyle. He wanders the road by himself, peddling his rat traps, begging for food and shelter, and sometimes even stealing to survive. Despite all this, he still can barely keep body and soul together, and in general leads a sad and monotonous life, finding pleasure only in thinking negative thoughts about others and the world in general. The initial portrayal emphasizes the fact that the peddler is driven to loneliness because he has no other option. He cannot build any kind of friendships or community, as he must always keep moving, and he is even forced into the opposite of community because of his extreme poverty. An unfair society keeps him poor and isolated, despite the fact that he tries to make a living through work. Someone like the peddler should not be forced to live such a sad and lonely life, while someone like the wealthy iron master enjoys stability and luxury and the opportunity to enjoy a community of family and friends. Now, the old crofter. Old crofter is not as desperately poor as the peddler, but he does still lead a meager, lonely existence. It's stated directly that this is the reason he takes in peddler so willingly. He welcomes him, as he is happy to get someone to talk to in his loneliness. The old man is able to find some brief companionship with the peddler as they talk, play cards, and smoke together. And it's clear that this gives him great pleasure. The story doesn't state the peddler's reaction to this evening, as he mostly seems focused on the money that the crofter later reveals. But it's likely that he also enjoys a night of warmth and community, no matter his cynicism, as he too is obviously lonely. Okay, so when Edela Williamson decides that she wants the peddler to stay with her and her father for Christmas Eve, it is largely because she recognizes the man's loneliness and wants to give him a brief respite from his isolated existence. In her speech to the iron master, she emphasizes this fact, saying that the poor peddler is not usually welcome anywhere, and wherever he turns, he is chased away. She knows that people need companionships and pities the peddler for his lonely life. This pity then leads to her many compassionate acts, which in themselves start to build a new kind of companionship between her and the peddler. This is shown in the peddler's final act of the story, as he leaves a Christmas present, a sign of friendship for Edela, and even signs his letter to her as written with friendship. He has been transformed by her kindness and trust, but also simply by the fact of being around another human being and having positive interactions together. Okay, so the chapter is like very touching and giving a very prominent message to all of us that people, if given proper love, proper care, they can also reform. Okay, so by birth everybody is not a criminal, is not a thief. It is our love, passion, our attitude towards them which changes them. Okay, now what message is given through this chapter? Let us see that also quickly. The message given by this chapter. The message this story gives is that the essential goodness of a man can be awakened. How it can be awakened? It can be awakened through love and understanding. Okay. Now one very important thing in this chapter which has been used again and again, there is a word, a very important word which has been repeated here, that is this. What is it? Rat trap. What do you mean by rat trap? What do you mean by rat trap? See, if you simply go with the diction meaning, a trap for rats, a dirty, dilapidated structure, and a hopeless situation. Okay, a trap for rats is a diction meaning, but here in this chapter it means a hopeless situation. Okay, now small questions. Acha, what did the gift of Rattrap signify? Why he has given Rattrap to Adela Williamson? Why? मतलब अपनी कोई चीज़ अगर हम किसी को दे देते हैं ऐसे तो क्या मतलब? Why he has given that Rattraps? See, the gift of the Rattrap clearly signifies that the peddler changed his old way of life after staying with Adela and her father on a Christmas. That shows that I have given this Rattrap means I am ready to change my old lifestyle. I want to live a new life all together. Okay, he did not take anything from Adela's house even though he was able to. वो ले जा सकता था पर नहीं लेके गया. Besides, he returned the 30 kronors and that he had stolen from the old crofter. Okay. So that was all about our chapter. Again, just to highlight, there are four main characters. One is the Rattrap seller himself, then the old man crofter who works in Ramzo, who was possessing a cow. Then there is another character, iron master, and Adela Williamson, her iron master's daughter, his daughter, Adela Williamson. So four main characters, the story revolves around them. And the very important word, the Rattrap, which means differently at different situations in the chapter. Okay, so please read the chapter. If there is any problem, let me know. And question answers, as usual, I will be sending in the form of PDF. Question answers I will be sending in the form of PDF as usual. I hope the chapter must be clear to all of you now. So I hope the chapter must be clear to all of you. The difficult words must be clear to all of you. Read the story twice or thrice, and I don't think that there is something which you cannot understand in this. Still, if you have any problem, let me know. Okay, so for today I think it's enough. Do remember the theme that man is inherently good by nature. It is the society and environment that makes them bad. Okay, and human goodness and kindness can bring about the change in their attitude. So this was the theme. I want you all, because you all are young, so I want you all to bring a change in your environment, to bring a change in the society. See, you all can do it, as you are a young blood, warm blood you have. Okay, so read the chapter, be sensitive towards the poor people. Don't just simply don't be judgmental directly. Try to think, analyze the situation. Why, if somebody has done this, then why he might have, or why he would have done that? What was the reason behind that? So try to analyze the situation and then reach up to any conclusion. So dear students, you all are in class 12th. Very soon you are going to be in your graduation. So you have the real power to change the current situation, the current problems which are prevailing in the society. So please start it from your home itself. Start paying regards to your parents. Just sit with them, talk with them, and feel the difference. And it is a very good opportunity. This lockdown period is a very good opportunity for you all to do that. Help them in their household chores, and you will find a different kind of satisfaction. I really mean it. Please do it and feel the difference. Okay, so take care. Bye bye, and have a very healthy day. Stay safe, stay indoors. Bye bye.